You already know what it is. It's your boy Garcy. Talk Your Beauty Biz, Talk Your Barbershit. Going live pretty soon with a special guest. So I'm gonna let IG do what it do. Get going with the notifications, the algorithm. You know what it does. So, all right. Oh, I see my guest already logged in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get it started. I am now accepting your requests. Let's go. What up, sir? How you doing?
What's happening?
All good. Can you hear me clearly? Can you see me clearly?
I can.
All right. Just want to make sure everything is good before we get started.
Oh yeah,
So how's your morning? How's your Sunday going so far?
it's just getting started.
All right. He said this is a morning edition. You got to be ready, up and going.
Right.
All right, man. I just want to say I deeply thank you for taking time out to jump on my platform. Um, this platform is definitely for people in our industry or people that want to know more about our industry, um, about what it takes to elevate, take it to the next level. Um, just know more about our journey, our growth, and give it more of a backstory and more of a business and um, more technical side of like what it takes to be. I know as an artist, but also formatting this into eligible business that takes it to the next level. I know when I came in, I knew somewhat of it, but I didn't know the more insightful growth, what it takes to know financial backing, leadership role, guidance, mentorship, and things like that that can help you, push you forward and guide you. So I know it's called Talk Your Barber Shit or Talk Your Beauty Biz, but it's all surrounding information that I would like to share, and hopefully the people that I bring on my platform are sharing information that people are like, okay, now I get it. Now I know why I took on this journey to be in this industry. So um, enough about that. I want to talk more about you because this is why we're here. Um, David, tell me more about yourself. Tell me more about, your upbringing. What even influenced you to even jump in this industry? And what was it before this, or was it always this that you said, hey, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to be, and this is how I'm gonna make it happen?
Well, I'm born and raised in LA. I grew up in Leimert Park, and partially lived in Carson. Um, I I feel like my whole career was an accident. I was at age I didn't know what I wanted to do, and the traditional careers as a child was become a doctor, lawyer. Uh, what was it, doctor, lawyer, or I forgot the other profession, but it was kind of embedded in my head, but it still didn't sit well with me like that. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel like that was something that I wanted to do. And I floated around just, I've had a lot of jobs like that. I've all left good terms, but I was in school and still trying to figure out just what am I going to do. And then I had a friend suggest that I go to hair school,
Yeah.
which is crazy because I knew that wasn't in the plan either. And
Yeah.
I said, well, maybe I'll go to barbering school. And, I feel like it's kind of a trade you can learn, and it's faster than college that you can build a career out of. And I can still do other things. I'll be able to be my own boss, and have the freedom to still figure out my life, but at the same time at least have a career going. And so I talked to my barber about it, and he said, well, you should go to cosmetology school.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I don't want to do women's hair, I just want a barber.
Yeah.
He said, go to cosmetology school, you can still do both, and if you decide to join the union, it's easier to get into the union, with the cosmetology license.
Mhm.
I thought about it, And I was like, oh, I don't want to go to hair school. And I said, okay, why not? Like, it wasn't going to hurt. If I don't like it, I can still barber. I can still learn barbering skills and I can still, go that route.
Mhm.
So at that time, I realized I was making more money doing women's hair. And I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. And cut to some years later, a friend of mine referred me to a job. The job was Access Hollywood. And that job is the job that segued me into the union. So that's how I ended up doing uh, getting into the film and television world.
Nice, nice. See,
So it was a good accident, I guess.
right? And so when you decided to get into the hair industry, you wanted to, you say, well, I just want a barber. But the person that insisted, like, oh no, go to cosmetology too, because if you decide to work in the industry, did they already know, was they already working in this industry? Because a lot of barbers, like when I started, a lot of barbers wasn't even talking about working in the industry. They were just like, hey, go get your license, come and work at my shop, and you can take it from there. But for the person to be like, hey, I see more from you than just being at the shop. I see something that could be a lot more within this industry for you to even like working on commercial or film or like you said, access Hollywood. How did that person already know about that? Was they already there? Like they give you that information?
Well, this was a barber I was going to. I wasn't even discussing like having that career. I wasn't. It wasn't even on my mind yet. He was already established, and he was doing it for a while. Uh,
Okay.
and I'm almost 100% sure he has a cosmetology license,
hmm
and that's where the advice came from.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because like like I say for myself or a lot of individuals that I have had on here, they always spoke about like I cut hair or I was I grew around cutting hair, but I never really saw myself being in the shop. And then somebody pulled me. It was like, hey, I see something in you. Come work at the shop with me. And then eventually, like maybe years later, then maybe they cut somebody or they style somebody that was like, "Hey, I want you to come and work on set with me." But for you, like you said, for someone to be like, "Nah, you can do both. Go to Cosmo, get your barber, but I see this," and then it took off for you. That's amazing.
That was great advice.
Yeah.
And I
um.
started out, doing more women's hair, and I learned barbering basically kind of boot camp in a sense on the job. You know, I always feel like I would like to be able to do any person that sits in my chair,
Yeah.
male, female, I don't
Yeah.
care race. Like I want to be able to do anyone that sits in my chair,
Yeah.
and that was part of that also.
No, like even when you know. I don't always want to revert it back to me, but even like when I decided to get into this industry, like the school that I went to, I wanted to make sure that I was dealing with very diverse hair, like, more straight hair, more Caucasian hair, more Hispanic hair, more white, more Filipino style hair, like the way their texture hair is and stuff like that. So, I always feel like I already had a formula to cut my texture type of hair or someone that was similar to my style. But if I was really going to elevate myself in this industry, especially being older, like I didn't come in this industry young. So I came like, I worked in the corporate world for a long time. So when I decided to come over here, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do things a little bit out of the norm than what probably somebody just now jumping in like, oh, I'm used to this cutting this type of hair, so I'm gonna stick to that type of hair. Like I was like, no, if I want to elevate myself, if I want to make more money than across the board, I need to learn everything across the board. So I get that when you say, yeah, like when I came in, I was like, I wanna do everybody's hair.
Right. I mean,
uh,
in anything you do, the more skills you have or learn, that's more income. So it keep learning, and that never stops. I'm
yeah.
still learning today. I still feel like I'm just getting started. I'm what 25 years in, 26.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you know what's magical. I think about it, and it depends on like the individual. Like for me, like I'm always been like an artistic person, so like being in this, I feel like it's not a job. And, like I enjoy like going to the shop. I enjoy learning or challenging myself to, somebody show me a picture and I'll be like, hey, yeah, I can create that for you. And when I'm done and I turn them in that chair or I'll give them that mirror and then I see that's the reaction right then and there with the smile or, oh, you did that.
Right.
Man, it's nothing that I feel like at this point of whatever I've done, I never have felt that the way I'm feeling when I'm in this industry. So yeah. Um, what is it like? What is that for you? Like, knowing that you've been in this game for, like you said, for 25 years, like, how do you keep the passion going? How do you keep the love going? I know it's always up and down. Like, anything that we do in life is going to be moments where you be like, but like, how do you like turn that and be like, no, I really love this and I'm going to keep going?
One of the ways, like you said, also I'm very it's weird saying it, but to make people understand it, is that I'm artistic. Like
Yeah.
I like to create,
Yeah.
and I create. Is my mind is always, it doesn't stop. It's always running. I'm always doing something, trying to learn something. Like even on now is weird. As much as I'm on my phone, it's like it's so many things at your fingertips, and I now I can think of something, type it in,
Okay.
and different or um, uh, just anything that if I wanted, it's like almost if I create something in my head,
Mm.
9 times out of 10, someone else thought about it, and I'm able to visually go see what that. I mean, how can I explain this?
No,
Uh,
you got it.
I t- like now, my latest thing is I want to start learning how to weld. So
Okay. Okay.
I can go and just look at like someone welding sculptures or just learn about the different welding tools and that kind of thing. But and even going back to your question with this business, I feel like it's not the same every day. So that keeps you interested in itself. It's always something new every day. Even if I'm on a show and the show is different every day. Even if it's the same character, same uh, different versions of a storyline, there's always something new. I think the best part of this business is the backstories, the things that happen behind the scenes. That's my favorite part. So that keeps your interest in itself.
Let's get back up to something that I thought about with just now when you said when you first started, like maybe the people around you, your family, your closest peers, when you decided to take this journey, but they maybe had something or a different mindset of what they wanted you to do. Like you said, growing up, we have our own aspirations to do something, but we know sometimes we don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings about what they feel or what they want from us.
Mm.
And like you said, when you decided to say, hey, no, I want to, take this career in this industry that, I'm doing here and then I'm enjoying it and I want to see where it takes me. What was the backlash that you got from it, and then how did you move away from that and say, no, I'm gonna keep continuing, I'm gonna keep moving forward? Because a lot of people that I talk to, when they say like when they told somebody that, hey, I want to go into the hair industry, they're like, the hair industry, really, you? But then when they see like all the outcome and the things that you have done and the people that you have blessed with your skills, they be like, dang, like you really doing it. And it's like, sometimes we want that reassurance from the people that we really love to really see like, hey, yeah, I put in the trenches, I put in the work, look what I'm doing. And then they hear like, okay, I'm proud of you. But before you get there, it's like, man, like, did I fail them? Did I hurt them? Like, you're not thinking about yourself and where you're gonna go in the future. So how did you bounce from that?
Uh, I just believing in myself, which is, of course, it's you have a lot of fear and doubts and But it was just a gut feeling like this is going to work.
Yeah,
Um, and of course, it's for me to change so much when I was younger in different jobs and different career ideas. I wanted to be a psychologist. I wanted to be an architect. I think the first thing was architecture, but all
yeah, me too.
it's creative. It's all creative. And then you have psychology, which I'm still into. I read a lot of psychology books and how we work basically from the
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
I, it's all. I feel like it's all tied together. Everything is just all tied together, and it's a. I don't know. It's like when I decided to do the hair, going to the hair route, it's like, oh, here David go, here we go again, something new. All right, let's see how long this lasts. But this
Yeah.
stuff all the time, and I still do other things. I still enjoy. Another passion was becoming like the next big chef. So I still cater on the side. When I have
Okay. Okay.
I feel like you can make it work. You have weekends off. I can do something with those weekends. Or if I'm off a show, I have more time to concentrate on other things. But it allows you the flexibility of doing whatever you set your mind to. I feel like.
I love that because before I even stepped into this field, like I was really, I'm still am, but I've been really pushing the hair industry a little bit more, and people still be like, "Hey, you still make clothes?" Because I designed. I used to cut and sew. I used to make designer T-shirts and graphic T-shirts and all that stuff like that. That was my outlet before getting into the hair industry, and then I'm still around it. I still have people that reach out and be like, "Oh, you have any pieces, or do you have something I can wear to this event?" And I'm like, "Man, I haven't been in the lab. I've been really doing, the cutting and the pushing that for it." So I love it. It's always been there. It's always been my first passion. So I understand when you say you have other accolades but I feel like you said, it all surrounds what you're doing. Like you can cook a dish for somebody and never know. You might walk in there and they be like, "Oh man, I got to go to this event and my hairstylist is not available." And then you cook the dish and whipped up their hair real quick.
Right. Yes, yeah. I finished. I had a client. It was New Year's Eve years ago, and I
Yeah,
finished doing her hair at her house.
yeah.
He asked me before you leave, can you like maybe whip up something really quick? I have these things, and and it was some simple like seafood, and I was like, okay. I cooked it up and I left, and uh, she called me. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what she said, but
Mhm.
uh, basically she said, I need to know, what did you do to those crab legs? Because she said everyone was going crazy. I want to say exactly what she said, but I'm not gonna say. But she said everyone went crazy over them. She said I had to taste them, and she was she said a lot of stuff, but it good thing. But things like that happen. I feel like this business is so unpredictable in so many ways.
Yeah.
I've gone to a client's house and literally we were off to New York like within minutes. No clothes, no bag. She was like, "Can you go to New York with me right now?" I was, "Yeah, let's do it." So it's like all those little things I love. Like,
I love, man. Trust. I mean, it's truly something special. I've been able to do some things that I was hoping to do within my fashion industry, and I have done some beautiful things. But being in this hair industry, and I think for me, like when I used to create clothes and people would purchase the clothes, I would never get that instant reaction when they put it on or whatever, because I didn't get the chance to see. I just know that they said, hey, they loved it, they rocked it, people loved it. But to be in this field and doing someone's hair, coloring it or cutting it or whatever, and as soon as I just turn them in the mirror and then I just see that whatever they was going through, it's released, and then they just feel like a whole new person, like brings joy to me. So I think that's what makes me love this industry a lot more.
Their whole
Um,
changes. I understand that. Like, I understand. You can tell they're going through something, and you can tell the energy shift when you finish, and that feels great. That's a great part of this business.
yeah, yeah. Um, what I always like to speak on certain things, especially in this industry, because I know I want to focus on growth and development and leadership. And from your journey, um, what is it that has helped you elevate yourself in so many different categories? Like, what is your structure? What is your layout to keep helping you push forward to never have a moment where you're questioning? I mean, we question a lot of stuff, but we also, like, how do you layer it to make sure that, hey, once I do whatever I'm doing, as jumping into a project, working on, some of these sitcoms or TV shows or events, like, how do you mentally prep yourself to say, okay, once I get on this project, I want to deliver myself to my best ability, because this is going to help me move my myself into something more into the long run? Like, how do you keep that motivation going?
Uh, that's something I think that's within because uh, I feel this. If you have some type of structure, a lot of times it can work. But if you have a plan, throw it away because
Okay, okay.
it's going to be a curveball. Most like planning, you're checking things off your list. That's great, uh, but there's going to be a lot of curveballs, and I didn't know where this was headed. To be honest, I just knew that um, I enjoyed the work. I enjoyed, the different types of jobs, like getting into film and television. I learned there are different parts to it. There's people who love to do films. There's people who love to do the episodic world, like the Grey's Anatomies, the um, um, what's 911s, those hour long kind of drama episodes.
Yes.
There are people who like to do comedy. Like, that's a whole different schedule. There you have the entertainment world, like the Entertainment Tonight's, the Access Hollywoods. I don't even know if E News is still around, but E News, like those,
Okay.
you know, there are different types of jobs out there in this industry, and people like to do certain types of work. So um, I was able to dabble in all of them, and I like them all. Comedy is the only one that's a little weird for me, but I liked it. I did a couple of comedies, and it's a different type of schedule, different type of shooting. It's a different type of crew. Like, it's a whole different type of. Well, they're all a different type of energy, but comedy to me was the one that I still couldn't really figure out. Like, but it was fun, and I did one with the live audience, which was interesting. So to see how that process happened, that was uh, another new format, I guess. But you just keep going. You keep uh, uh, I don't. It's like I don't totally know how to answer that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Every This was not my plan at
Okay,
all.
okay. I got you. I love that. I love that. Yeah.
I learned to accept the challenges. There's sometimes you have to say no. All jobs, all money is not good money, but you, for the most part, everything it's always new. It's always it can be fun, it can be challenging, it can get hard, um,
Mhm.
especially on certain jobs. Like, you're with people, sometimes 12, 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you that's another thing. The personalities are another thing that's important. Um, they can be challenging sometimes.
I'll go get to that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another part that is added on to, uh, what comes along with this career.
You know, I always look, I always like to play this song by Eminem, and it's like you when you need to catch that moment, like you feel like all odds are against you, but like how do you capitalize on that moment to make sure that once you grasp that moment that you in it and that you in it to win it. Um, I know you like for you said like you always got to have that fun side, that joyful side, that loving side. But when you're in these moments, like you said, working on some of the shows that you worked on, and you got to keep it more business. Like how do you balance the both to still have love for it, enjoyment for it, but then you know that like if you don't treat it as the business side of it, that this opportunity could probably be taken away from you.
I'm not gonna lie, the business side is the part I hate. Creative, so but it's something you have to do. It's something you have to learn and take care of. That is what it is. That's the challenging part for me.
Yeah.
But I've learned a lot on that side also. It's been challenging. I hate paperwork, but it's something you have to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Like for someone not even like trying to get into the industry, but just per se like someone that wants to really excel in this hair industry, this barber industry, this makeup industry, or this wherever they decide that they want to jump. What from your journey, everybody's journey is different, but maybe something that you might speak on or share might enlighten them to say, okay, yeah, let me take that and help me push forward. What was like some of the moments that you feel like it was like damn, should I keep going, like that almost like that if factor. Did you ever have an if factor when you got into this moment of like even with school or even now what you're doing? Do you still have if moments where you still question yourself, or now you just like I got it, I'm gonna come in here strong, I'm gonna come what I gotta do, and I'm gonna make it work, and if it works it works, if it doesn't, at least I know I gave it my best.
That's all the time. I feel like I'm always nervous with every job. Even on the job, I still get nervous because you want to do your best, and it's something I think that is in a lot of us. And a lot of people I've seen are very confident. They come in and I've noticed some of the most confident people aren't that confident sometimes. But then you have ones that they come in and like you said uh, they're they come in and with this strong presence and they can do things with their eyes closed.
Mhm.
Always trying to make sure I just do my best. I'm learning. I'm nervous, and I tell myself that's all you can do is do your best. So you have to try.
Yeah, yeah. Trying is half the battle.
Wanting to
uh,
do it better.
right. What do you see now as far as the future of our industry? Do you like the direction that it's going in, as far as just across the board, as far as like the educational part, the schooling, maybe just on be you being on working on set and seeing like the growth, the factor, the alignment of things that's have taken place after the whole. I know you guys had to go through the whole strike and stuff like that. So, like, what is it that you feel like is helping grow the future of this industry, or do you feel like it's still lacking? And what can maybe some of us can do to elevate it and put it in the position where it needs to be?
A lot of it is changing. I feel like COVID was the first change, not realizing it was happening. I think, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of productions realize they can shoot things for less money. Um, and then I don't know. I feel like it started to change things. It was already changing, but that COVID was like a major change. And then with the strike, because I don't think we were fully recovered from COVID. Uh, Jobs that were still going, people were employed, but a lot of people were still out of work after that. A lot of shows didn't come back, or they, it just was one of the first major changes I feel like of our industry. And then the strike was another dent, being off that during that time. I feel like now things are kind of just starting to move a little bit more. It's still not as busy as it was pre-COVID, but I feel like things are starting to shift a little bit. I don't know if, I know AI is like AI can be fun. It can be, but it is hurting us. And the things that I think they're just getting started. And with the things that they are probably going to do, I understand why a lot of actors are fighting against that, or not being able to use their image without their permission is like huge. Like you can, I'm guilty of having an AI app, which it's because it's fun, but
Yeah.
also not good. It's hurting our industry. Um, that is one thing that. So I don't know what direction we're really going in.
Yeah.
A lot of shows are, they're, like I said, they're coming back, but it's still not. It's still slow out there right now at the moment. But hopefully, we get back to where we were as far as old school production. Um, so I don't know if it's happening or not.
I hope so too. I mean, I look at AI as far as like it is a potential good factor in certain ways. It helps you like lay out information as far as like how you want to develop yourself, how you want to develop your business, what strategies that you want to create. I use it a lot for my business, especially when I'm at the shop and stuff like that, like how to like elevate or scale up when I'm changing over the years of what I want to offer or what I want to give to my clients and package it a certain way. I like that um, concrete layout of what AI can help with you. But yeah, on that side, as far as like the things that I've been hearing, like taking your likeness and all that stuff like that, like I feel like that you like you stealing somebody's livelihood, you stealing somebody's like individual. Like everybody's an individual, so why would you want to steal that and use it for your own pleasure? So yeah,
Especially with people who are deceased. I don't.
I Yeah, like I see the thing now. I don't know if you see it on social media, and then like they taking Tupac now, or they taking Kobe Bryant and making all these crazy videos and stuff. I'm like, you don't know if like his family want to see stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, um, what's I was blessed to have taken a class with you and you showing the layout of what it takes to work on site, what it is to understand the formula of like your paperwork and stuff like that. Do you think it should be more educational settings for things like that? A lot more. I know. I guess it's for me. It's kind of tricky a little bit because I feel like I think the doors are not truly open enough for information to be shared like that to people that are not in it. I feel like it's just for people that are already have a stake already in there, like they're already in there. So it's like I'm helping you to gradually keep pushing yourself up and learning more. But like for the people that are thinking about crossing over and then want to get in that, like should it be a schooling for people like that before they even get in there and then be like, dang, I didn't know it's this crazy that I need to be doing all this and to keep your job because you like some people like really don't know if you never worked on site or you worked on set like what I should bring, what my bag should look like, how should I read this paperwork. I don't want to just be standing around looking like I don't know what I'm doing and then they'd be like, okay, we don't want to bring him back, like You understand what I'm saying?
That's why I thought it was important to teach something like that, or share is a better word.
Yeah,
It's something that even my first time on set, I didn't know any of that, and you feel like it. And the one thing about this business is it's a lot of waiting around. So you feel like, oh God, am I supposed to be doing something? Like this feels weird, just standing around and I'm not doing anything. But there's moments when you shouldn't be doing anything, and then you should know when it's time to work, or where to move, or where just what position to be on stage, or on a sound stage, or on location, or but these things are from experience. They're not taught. Like, and even once you get into the union, it's not like those little things aren't taught. They have a lot of classes, but it's the little details that you're unaware of. And
yeah,
so, and I enjoy doing that. And every time I do teach it, I add something new, or because I'm still learning also what people don't know.
yeah, yeah.
At this point, it seems like it's common sense, but it's like, oh no, it's not, and
It's
it
not.
wasn't either. So
Yeah.
I have to remember that,
Say that again. I'm sorry.
that I have to remember that. I have to remember that I didn't know when I first began. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I man, to have the opportunity for you to come up there and share. Like I have done background work. Um, like I did one where I was a background, and then I had the sheet to tell me what time I needed to be there, what time was my break, and all that stuff like that. But now being on the side where I'm assisting with cutting hair and stuff like that, I did that one time where I got a chance to work. It wasn't a paid gig. It was just me learning, like a learning experience. And it was a 3 day shoot, and it was from like almost like 12 hours and stuff like that. But it was fun to like see everything from the cameras to the lights to every individual, and understanding what every individual, what they do, and the key factors of like making sure that everybody's lined correctly so everything gets posture the correct way. And then to sit in your class and hear the format, and understand like what um what the light, if it's broken down in syllables, what does that mean to each category, and stuff like that. Like that was dope. It's good to have those moments. So if I ever get an opportunity to work again, at least I can remember and go, dang, David did tell me about that. Oh, David did speak on that. Damn, David did share that, and I already know what to do. So I wish it was like more of courses like that. I wish it was opportunities where I can be in like a schooling like that to learn. Like, hey, if I ever decide, like I said, like when you go to school, you go for barbering, or if someone decides that they want to be an esthetician, or if they want to be a makeup artist, like you can go to school for that. But it's not a school. If I say, hey, if the opportunity came and I wanted to work on set, or I wanted to do a commercial gig, or whatever, like how do I learn that? Like I wish it was like a program for that as well.
right, and
Yeah.
even doing hair on the different sets, like I had to learn commercial hair. That
Yeah.
basic, and they don't give you a lot of time, and they don't want a whole lot done, and that was weird. You figure you're on set, they're about to go in front of the camera, you overdo it, and they'll tell you that, like, can we tone, like these are normal everyday people, and it's like, oh right.
Like I got a chance to work in the Food Network gig for the graham cracker experience that's coming out soon. So I'm like going there like thinking I'm about to get like a full blown haircut. Like I'm about to line it up, do the detail, and they was like, okay, just cut a little bit of the shaver, and we got to get him back. I'm like, man, like I'm trying to make him look good, but he's like,
They
yeah,
want natural as possible. They don't want over
yeah.
most commercials, unless they call that. That's something different. But for the part, yeah, commercials they keep it very simple.
Yeah, yeah. It was very simple. I was like, okay.
Just a little neck cleanup.
Yeah, yeah.
If
I'm sorry. What I guess what I'm speaking is tuning you out. I don't know if it's doing the same for you.
No, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. But what was that last part you said?
I was saying, what did I say? Oh, I just said if you can get that time also. Like sometimes you can't even give them a neck trim.
Man, crazy. Um, what what is it right now that I feel, well, I can't say I feel. What is it that you feel right now that is inspiring you more to, like, I know you say like you have your other accolades of things that you do, like, you say you cook, or now you're taking a course to learn. You said like
So art
pottery. Oh, okay, artwork. Yeah, yeah, artwork. So like, how do you balance each one? And then I feel like where I'm going with that is because I feel like, is that more of like a safety net for like health situations, to like calm yourself, to like, understand like, okay, I do need a breather for myself, to have these other things going on, where I'm not like over strategizing, over like elevating my brain on this one particular thing, but this is like my safe haven to kind of relax myself, to give me a break. Is that some of the reasons why you do the other things, or no, not at all?
it's all very therapeutic. So it's having those outlets to anything I think of doing. I try to do it. I try to dive into it. But it's all therapeutic, and even like the hairstyling part that can be draining sometimes.
Mhm.
Um, and so when you leave the job, I try to leave it there sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
I can either relax, like do nothing for my brain, or I can. I have a little art studio. I go paint,
yeah,
or if I feel like cooking, that's therapy. Turn the music on, uh, open a good bottle of wine. Uh,
yeah.
that's all there. Or television. I have my favorite TV shows.
Right.
So that's like something that I can focus on. I can I can turn my brain off and just focus on that. So anything that I can take my attention,
Yeah,
grab
decompress. Yeah.
all
you
the things.
know, I know. I feel like when it comes to like us, especially in the hair industry, which I'm learning a lot more, it's like, when you're dealing with so many different personalities and different, settings of like what they're going through, and what they're experiencing, then like, you always on call. Like, you always on call for them. You always got to be there for them. You always got to, weigh in foot for them. And so it's like, how do you take time to like, and then you got your own thing going on. You might have your own family and they're dealing with whatever you're dealing with. So it's like, how do you decompress and relax your mind? And like I said, you already spoke on it. Like, these are my ways of decompressing. And I just hope a lot people are doing a lot of that, finding ways to decompress, when we're always supposed to be on call for everybody else.
It,
Um,
that's a
no,
good.
go, go.
Oh no, another a main one is like I've been all over the world, but it's something for me about going to Vegas, and I think it reminds me of like my mother used to take us every summer.
Oh
So
yeah.
I like to drive there because I don't like to fly. I like to drive. It's something. It's all part of the journey. It's a 4 hour, 5 hour drive, and I don't know. It's something very relaxing about it.
Yeah.
The difference. That's the only time I can tolerate cigarette smoke in Vegas, a Vegas casino. Anywhere else, like grossed out, but in Vegas,
No, no, no. I mean, I'm the same way. Like, I used to love driving to Vegas, and then my friends got me on the kick to like, oh, it's quicker. This is just get on the plane. But every time I went to Vegas, I would drive, because you like, this the scenery, this to be out there and seeing the mountains and the open field and stuff like that. Yeah, I get that. Like, even when I'm I like to go run. I'm a jogger, so I can run from my house, and then I could typically go to the beach, and I would just sit down and then I would just like look at the ocean and watch it, just do what it do, ripple, go back and forth, and that's my way of like, being one with nature and earth. So I get that what you're saying. Just get in the car and just drive and yeah.
Stop at Peggy Sue's.
Yeah.
Ooh, but it's good.
um if you mind sharing, like, do you have any projects that you're excited about in the near future that you're working on? I know in the art industry you can't really share too much about stuff, or maybe a project that you already worked on that is already out that you was, happy that you got a chance to, share your skills with.
I would say, well, my most exciting job was when I worked on Grey's Anatomy.
But that was dope.
That was season 13, and then I've also like day played on there from time to time. But it was because I'm such a big fan of the show.
Yeah,
I was actually that's like one of the shows where I went to work and was kind of fanning out, which
yeah.
was. But yeah, Grey's Anatomy was one of my most exciting for me. You
Yeah,
know that I
yeah.
worked because at that time it was on for how long? About about 6 years.
Long, long time. Yeah.
Wait, no, it was about 8 years, I think, at the time. It
Yeah,
was so, and I was knee deep in it. So yeah, I was really excited to work there.
that's
But
dope.
I've had
How
one.
was I wasn't working on like American Idol and then I worked at Lionsgate when we started pushing out damn, what's the show? Black no, not Blackish. What's the TV show about the teens that were in college? I think you worked on that one too, where
Oh,
huh?
dear white people.
Yeah, they're white people.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was I did season 2 and 3, and
okay,
what was cool about that was working with a lot of friends on that one. So we had a lot of fun at work. Uh,
nice.
the actors were great. Like I still like reach out to some of them every once in a while. But that was a fun job. That was a fun crew. That was a fun visually. It
Yeah,
was interesting to see how it was shot and then how they finished it in post. It had a good. I love the feel of it.
yeah.
Part of that was exciting, but yeah, that was a good one. And the I think the catering on that one was good too.
I bet.
All the food.
Did you throw some of your dishes in
No,
there?
that's not my department. So
Oh man. How was it for like working on American Idol? Because that was a long running show as well.
that was fun too. It's fun to see the all the contestants like just their personalities, their nerves, the closer you get to the winner, like that's a different type of energy. The hair starts to change. It gets more into the stardom. First the hair is a little more simple
Yeah,
and it's more like stage ready. Like it's, the I'm a star type, style. It more creative. Dean was the department head, Dean Banuez. He's a very creative hairstylist. Like you can tell his mind is always going, and he creates things. And we're gonna do this on this one. We're gonna do that on this one. He has it laid out, but it's fun times on there also.
that's
I
that's that's dope, man. Like what? Oh yeah. So I think I was asking you earlier, like, what is a project that you're looking forward to, or maybe, or if you can't share it, then you don't worry about it.
oh no, right now, um, uh, I'm working on a show called it's a spinoff of SWAT.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, that it's really cool. It's SWAT Exiles, but that's a cool one. It's a cool cast and great crew. But yeah, I like it. It's a lot of fun.
All right, nice. I'm gonna look forward to that one. So, what's your personal growth that you got? Like, I know everybody going to the new year with their new year resolution and all this other stuff, start planning stuff out, doing they board. I don't know if you do any of that, but if you don't, like, what is just overall, what is your personal growth that you look forward to going into the new year?
Well, yeah, I don't believe in New Year resolutions because sometimes that that whatever that New Year's resolution is can happen in May. So
Yeah.
till January to start this. So this is happening right now. So that's I need to work on this now. But I always feel like time is the most valuable thing over everything. Something you don't want to waste. So that's I see how I when I was younger I couldn't understand how older people would be so short with people, and I get it now. It's like okay, wait, I don't have time for that right now. I'm moving on. Like, like time is something you cannot get back, and you need to enjoy or just use all of it wisely every second. But and it's your time, and you don't want anyone robbing that from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
You know, it's funny when you said that, I thought about my dad. So my dad, he's up there now, and he's like at a period of time in his younger days, he wouldn't really say much. He wouldn't like harp on anything or like just get into anything. So now, like, if something come up, he just be like, "I'm gonna speak my truth." So, so he like, I'm not holding back my tongue, and I'm gonna say what I need to say. So it's funny now to see, like, when you get older, you just be like you say, like, I ain't got time for that,
right.
and yeah, and I'm not dealing with that. um, for I always like to revert this back to, people that are watching, people that are want to know more about, our industry. Like you say, you have dual sides. Like you could do Cosmo, you can do barbering. What do you like more? Do you like more the barber side, or do you like more the Cosmo side, or
It
is it?
just it always changes. It's
Yeah,
because I love all of it. I
yeah,
think it's not loving either side, it's loving the before and after.
mhm,
The after, like, wow, I did that.
yeah,
Like, but I love both of them. Yeah, there's not I can't choose one.
yeah. And probably from my time and then your time when you had to go to school and then you had to get the hours and then you had to go through the trenches to study and all this other stuff and go take your practical and all that. Like, what do you advise? Some people, like, what layers would you say, hey, if you're really serious about this craft and you really want to make it happen, you really want to move forward, like, what information would you share to a young woman, a young guy right now that's like, hey, I've been thinking about this.
I One important thing is you have to love it. If you're going in it just for the money, don't do it because you fail. But you have to because it's not easy. People think that you can make a lot of money doing this, and you can, but it's hard work. It's a lot of standing. It's hard on your body. You have to make those choices to wear like start wearing comfortable shoes. Like early on, people don't do it, but then you realize, oh, what's happening with my back? What's happening with my shoulder?
Yeah, yeah,
But it's long physically, long hours physically. It can be draining mentally. But learning self care is very important. People don't do it. And if you decide to get into this business, learn how to manage your money. You got to learn how to save, which is really important.
yeah.
Uh, but the key thing is you have to love it because if you don't, yeah, you're going to fail off the back. Like it's not going to work for you.
I'm glad that you spoke about the financial part. I have a lady in my life that really, before I ain't gonna lie, I was, oh, money. Let me see what I can do with it. Let me see how I can spend it. Let me let me invest it back in my clothes, and hopefully something out of whatever I'm creating is gonna ripple and turn over and make me some more money. But I didn't really take time to really invest and look at the long run. I was always looking at the short run of it. But now I have a better understanding that at the end of the day, when all this is done, I want to be in a great situation where I know that I can relax and not worry about, still breaking my back. So I'm glad that you spoke on both factors. Like, don't jump in this just to make money, but when you do get in it, make sure that you understand how to make money and sustain it. Um, we're not really taught that in this industry. It's in our book. Since I'm understanding a lot more on the barber side and getting my Cosmo, I'm looking at reading through the book, and then it does have a section there where it teaches you about understanding your financial breakdown. So if you're in school and you got that lady book, read it from the front to the back and the back to the front.
And then there's more literature you can get that goes more into depth about that. Like Milady is a starter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a starter everything.
It is.
You know,
No, but no, you're right. But like I said, for the ones that are in school, that's just thinking about, oh, I just want, I'm just going to school just to cut. Like, understand, like, open that book, like, really know what that book can really carry you and really where it can take you, because
it's a
it's a lot more areas than just learning how just to do a fade.
right.
Yeah. But yeah, like it is so many different books out here that can teach you financial structure. And it's funny now because I always make jokes with, my family members. I was like, growing up, I didn't want to play Monopoly. Like I always felt like, some reason that was a boring game to me. But then when I got older and started really understanding what Monopoly really consisted of and like what it was showing you, like, damn, I should have been playing Monopoly a lot earlier in my life.
Playing life,
Huh?
playing in real life.
Right? But man, I mean, I feel like we covered a lot. If you feel like, we missed something you want to share, I mean, you can always take the floor, but this was truly awesome. I mean, I know it took us a minute to kind of figure out the days. I had so much going on, and then you doing your thing, but to finally have you right now on my platform, this was really dope, and I really want to say I appreciate you. Even when we met each other class, he's like, I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, yeah, I know you from somewhere. So man, I hope we continue to keep running into each other. Hopefully do, work on some projects together. So yeah, I'm gonna keep hitting you up because I got a lot of things that, I'm working on, and I definitely want to make sure I do it the correct way. So to have you
Yeah.
right, have your number and know, and then we met each other. Like I'm gonna be picking your brain, so I hope you don't mind.
No, anytime. That's what all this learning and training is for. So
Yeah. Definitely, definitely. Well, I ain't gonna take too much of your Sunday. I know you got some cooking or some artwork to do, or maybe just chilling and relaxing. But I just want to say thank you for taking time on Talk Your Beauty Biz, Talk Your Barbershit. All the people that stayed tuned and watched, this video will go up on my YouTube page, so you can recap it, you can rewatch it. I'm also take some snippets from this and put it on my page, like you see the rest of them. But I want to thank everybody that follows my platform. Even the one I think I saw somebody just follow today. I just want to say thank you. We're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep sharing. We're gonna keep blessing more knowledge, sharing everybody's journey because everybody got something to say. So I just want to say thank you, David.
all right, thank you for having me.
All right, man. Have a great one.
You too.
All right.